So let's get practical. How do we build self awareness as a leader, but also as a human, right? There are 5 really proven practices that I'm going to take you through that can help you to start to cultivate this really important skill. The first one probably will come as no surprise, but ask for feedback. Just in that example that I just gave, sometimes, especially that external self awareness, it doesn't come easily to us. It's harder to interpret. It takes more energy, and we really need to sort of make the choice to start looking at what the impact we're having on those around us is. So ask for regular feedback. Don't just ask for feedback in your twice a year review conversations. But actually, I always suggest every time you have a one on one with your team member or a one on one with your leader, perhaps you might even have one on ones with peers. Ask them, what is one thing that I could do differently that would make our work together more effective? Or I like if you have a weekly catch up, why not say, what's one thing in the past week that I could have done differently that would have had a better outcome? So making sure, and I talk about this in the feedback episode, so check it out, but making sure that we are not just saying, could you give me some feedback? I want to raise my self awareness. And that's really putting the onus on the provider of the feedback. Instead, ask specific questions consistently and repeatedly, and over time, you will gain more and more awareness and more understanding, mostly your external self awareness. So you will be amazed at what you can learn about yourself when you make it safe for people to be honest around you. The second strategy is to reflect. We live such a fast paced lifestyle. If you are a leader in really any size organization, you're probably listening to this while you're doing 5 different other things. You're racing from one meeting to the next meeting. Everyone's kind of leaning on you to make decisions and answer questions and provide your input and all of the things. It is busy and it is frantic. And one of the main things that falls by the wayside with that pace is reflection. Unfortunately, reflection is one of the main ways that we are able to learn and reinforce positive behaviors and course correct negative behaviors. So at the end of each day, maybe it's on your commute, or if, like me, you work from home, I like to try and exercise in the afternoon so I have that third space. Take the time to think, what did I do well today? What would I change if I could relive today? And what did I learn? You don't have to become an amazing journaler and have this beautiful journal that you get out each evening. But if you do, if you're into that, have at it. It really is just about reflection. If there's an area in particular that you would like to work on, so it might be around how you're communicating with influence, for example, then you might try and put aside 5 minutes or even 1 or 2 minutes after each meeting or after each conversation you have over the course of the day. And that will give you much more data from which to make decisions. The third strategy is around tracking your emotional triggers, and not just what triggers the emotion, but what emotion it triggers as well. This is really key competency in becoming more emotionally intelligent. So start to raise your awareness, maybe when you're doing your reflection. When are you getting defensive or frustrated or impatient or anxious? When are these what we would call move away or unpleasant emotions coming up for you? What is driving the emotion? Name the emotion. So when X happens, I feel Y emotion. And then this is a really deep emotional intelligence work. What is that emotion trying to tell me? So it might be when a particular person starts talking about a particular thing, I feel irritated or frustrated or disconnected. Why is that? I like to think of emotions, and you can listen to the emotional intelligence episode, But think of emotions like invitations or messages, like emails. If that emotion was an email, what would it be trying to tell you? The fourth tool is tools. So, when one of the key strategies that a lot of coaches and leadership experts and learning and development managers will lean on is assessment tools like your DISC, like your MBTI, your Enneagram, your LSI. Like, there's just so many. Often, the value of these tools is to help you to increase your level of self awareness. What I would say is that they are tools, not oracles. So, take them for what they are, to open your mind up, to be curious and start to learn what might be happening for you. These are a great resource to actually increase your internal self awareness. But if there is any part of those tools that doesn't resonate for you, that you don't feel is accurate, let it pass you by. And then the fifth strategy around being more self-aware is being more mindful. I know it's such a gimmicky word these days, but when you're being more present, more physically and mentally present, you will start to notice your reactions in real time. So if you are sitting in a meeting and you are thinking about who's picking the kids up, what you're going to have for dinner, when you're going to squeeze getting groceries in, and oh my goodness, is that person still talking? And oh, after this meeting, I've got to go and do the blah, blah, blah. Then it's really difficult for you to be aware of internal or external stuff. So you're not going to be as intentional, you're not present, you're not showing up in a way that is aligned with your values. You are just going through the motions. So if you can bring yourself into being more present in every conversation and interaction, you will not only become more aware of your triggers and reactions, but you'll be able to, what's that saying? Like, hedge them off at the pass. And you'll be able to choose your response instead of reacting out of habit. So those are 5 strategies that you can utilize to increase both your internal and external levels of self-awareness. They're all really easy and can be incorporated and should be incorporated into every single day, except for the tools one.